The National Trust conserves and manages more than 100 properties, which reflect the heritage and culture of our state. A not-for-profit organisation, it relies on donations, fees, sponsorship and volunteers to carry on its work. Of course, our historic buildings need a huge amount of maintenance and ongoing repair, and so do the gardens that surround them. And here at Beaumont House, over the past 3.5 years, they've been doing some amazing things. Alex McLaughlin-Camberts leads the team which has transformed these grounds into a wonderful showpiece. Alex, I have to say, I remember a while back, this garden looked nothing like it looks today.
We're incredibly proud of the garden here. When the National Trust moved its headquarters in, there was a lot of emphasis on restoring the garden to what it may have been like in the early 1900s.
So where would you start?
Well, in a garden that's very overgrown, it's difficult to pinpoint a starting section, but I started up there in the silver bed and worked my way from there. Edible plants is one of my passions, and we've tried to create something of beauty here. It was designed to try and get people into the garden, to walk around, to, I guess, touch and experience the herbs and the flowers.
And lavender too, Alex, which was part of the original foundation of this garden.
It most certainly was. One of the first owners, Samuel Davenport, was big into the perfume industry, and these plants here are just a little bit of history.
And at the top end of the garden, the beautiful aviary. So it is just a magnificent area.
It is. With the birds singing in the background, it just adds that little bit of serenity to this section of garden.
But it's the big timber that really give this garden, which dates back more than 150 years, its bones and structure.
This tree here, we think predates the house.
Eucalyptus microcarpal, the grey box.
That's right.
I reckon you're on the money. That's a beautiful old tree.
Yeah, isn't it spectacular?
Fabulous. But you've got others here that were planted, obviously, by the first owners.
We do. This pine over here, we're looking at probably about 150 years old.
That's a stone pine?
That's correct.
And the two Canariensis palms out the front?
Yeah, they would be quite original. I'm not sure how old they are, but I suspect it would tie in with this facade here.
And they're in such good nick.
They
really
are.
In fact, everything here looks well loved and healthy, a fact which can be laid squarely at the feet of some very special people.
Here at Beaumont House, Wednesdays is our volunteer day. Anyone can come in from about 9:30 onwards, drop in, do a bit of weeding, a bit of pruning, stay for a cup of coffee and a biscuit. It's a really nice community atmosphere. You don't have to commit to every Wednesday. You can just come when you like or when you can, and it's a great, great morning. The property these days is only 5% of its original size, but some sections, like the olive grove, still remain. This is such a beautiful area, it really is. Most certainly is. It's a wedding photographer's dream with the dappled light here.
It's very special, isn't it?
It is. It's a living history. It dates back to 1860s, we think.
Well, I think we're so lucky that we've got this remnant grove left. It's such a fabulous place just to come and stroll. Now, I'm not sure how long it is since you've visited Beaumont House. In fact, maybe you've never been here at all. Well, it's important for us to preserve and protect these gardens. So if you're thinking about maybe volunteering or maybe a function or just a visit, do so, because it really is one of our horticultural treasures here in South Australia.